Well, hello YouTube and hello Facebook. It's your host, BiggestRayRay, and I'm doing a random late night live stream because why not? It's what I do. I like live streams, and tonight I have a lot to talk about. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to jump online and have a conversation. It's Sunday night. It's 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. I have no idea how many people will tune in, if anybody will tune in. I get it. It's late. A lot of folks have to work tomorrow because tomorrow's Monday. Unfortunately, tomorrow's Monday. No one likes Monday, but hey, it's all good. You got to have a Monday to get to Friday and the next weekend. So it's the gateway that gets us all where we're going. So anyway, I want to start here. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there watching this. Happy Father's Day. And you know what? To all you dads out there doing the right thing. Yes, I'm cracking a cold beverage. I'm doing it. So cheers to you dads out there being awesome, doing what you need to do to take care of your kiddos and your family. Thank you for that. To you dudes that are out there, to you dads out there not doing it, boo. Boo. I have no love for deadbeat dads. None. I'm a product of having a deadbeat dad. I turned out okay because I had a stepdad, totally kicked ass, adopted me when he married my mother. So, been there. I'm a product of a deadbeat dad. Left my mom when I was 2 months old. So, Terry, if you're watching this, boo. You know who you are. Maybe. I don't know. You literally haven't seen me since I was 2 months old. So, whatever. But again, all you dads out there, again, the cheers. Thank you for being awesome. I appreciate you. Happy Father's Day. All that good stuff. And yeah. So I said it. So I had a good Father's Day. Got to see my dad for a while. Took him out to breakfast. And so free plug to Hugo's in Claremore, Oklahoma. Among the biggest breakfasts I've ever had in my life, consistently in the last 25 years. They've always just have huge over-the-top portions. It's fantastic food. Got to meet my dad there, have breakfast with him today. So it was a good time. He got to see Don for a bit. Then I came home and worked on wifey's car, which I'm terrible at working on vehicles, by the way. Horrible. One of my absolute weak points in this world is trying to work on a car. But it is what it is. I try to do my best. And it actually had me bummed out the last 2 days. Something as simple as changing the spark plugs in a Ford Explorer and like putting on what they like some kind of coil, ignition coils. You think it'd be like to a mechanic is basic stuff. For me, it's a big deal. Surprised they even know what that stuff is. But anyway, it is what it is. It's good times. So, but a lot of stuff going on lately. You know, you guys know I live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And what a crazy weekend here. Crazy weekend to be alive. So just before I get into it, you know, today, again, Father's Day. Father's Day today. Yesterday was my 3-year anniversary here on YouTube. So kind of a big deal, right? That's a big milestone. Over 1,000 days in the books now as a YouTuber. Woohoo! So I'll take a drink to that. So it's been fantastic to be on YouTube, and I'll circle back to that in a minute. But yesterday also, big deal. We had protests again in Tulsa because our current POTUS was in town to, I guess, kick off his campaign rally. That was a huge deal in the Tulsa metro. It didn't affect me where I live in Broken Arrow, which is a suburb on the southeast side of the city. You know, it's a good 25-minute drive, you know, to downtown Tulsa from where I'm at. And of course, that's where the rally was. So no protests or anything anywhere near I'm at. And also Friday was a big day. You know, Juneteenth celebration, right? So it was certainly a huge deal. And just recently in Tulsa, we had some commemorations for the Black Wall Street, you know, riots. Was really a massacre. I don't know why they ever called it a riot. It was literally a massacre. Horrible event. It's sad that it doesn't show up in more history books. It's a real thing. It happened. Worst, you know, racially charged massacre anywhere in the U.S. happened right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I hate to say that, but it's true. So a lot of stuff going on in the last, you know, 3 or 4 days here in the metro. There's a lot going on. It's been crazy. So we had a big military presence this weekend. because of the rally. Lots and lots of businesses closed for the weekend. They literally boarded up their business in anticipation of what people thought might turn into huge riots here. So luckily, nothing happened. It was very, very peaceful overall. Again, there were protests. People were coming out, making their voices be heard, which is fantastic. It's a fabulous thing. I'm glad people do that. But it was peaceful. So I think some of that has to do with, one, we're still dealing with COVID. Our COVID numbers have spiked recently in Oklahoma. It's kind of scary to look at, but it's is what it is. Two, again, huge police and military presence like National Guard had a pretty good sized footprint in downtown Tulsa yesterday. I think the businesses being boarded up and closed kept people out of downtown, which is good, right? Because, people don't tend to protest and get crazy if there's not as many people there. And not as many people went to the rally as was projected. So I'm not trying to get into politics. I'm just talking about stuff that's been all over the news literally since last night. It's no secret. They estimated 6,200 people showed up. They said like 1 million tickets, whatever. But yeah. So it is what it is. People that support Trump went out. They got to go to the rally. They left and got home safe. The protesters got to come out and do their thing, and they were safe. I took wifey and Dawn into downtown about 10:30 last night. I wanted Dawn to, Dawn, for you guys of you that don't know, she's my 6-year-old daughter. I mean, most folks that I see on here right now know and love Dawn to death. But I wanted her to see what was going on. I felt like it was safe. What the news reported, to take her to downtown. Like, look, honey, this is what protesters look like. This is what people leaving a big rally look like. And let her know, like, protesting is okay. It's totally allowed if you do it right. And so I want to try to teach the kid as much as possible, show her things. So big, like I said, big weekend. For folks just tuning in, if you're a dude, you have kids, happy Father's Day. Again, I think I've done this twice already in the first 10 minutes, but cheers to you, to all the dads out there. And if anybody cares, I'm drinking a lemonade lager from the Cabin Boys Brewery. Country Boy. Sorry, I said Cabin. This is Country Boy Brewing, and they're somewhere out of Kentucky. My best friend Mike sent me one of these. It's actually really yummy. But anyway, I gotta give some shout outs here real quick. I see a handful of people on right now. So I see Sky Dancer. Hey, Sky Dancer. Woo, hey, still around, by the way. Silly bird. If you guys, the 50 days of live streams for COVID while we're all in self-quarantine. I see Lynn. Hello, Lynn. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you being here. Raven Plays. Hey to you. And I'm calling out names that I see in the comment section. Thank you for being here. My friend Albert in Pennsylvania. Hey, Albert. Thank you for tuning in, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Woo. And I see Ethel Louise. Thank you for tuning in, Ethel. Looks like we got another friend from Oklahoma in here. And Blaine. How's it going, Blaine? Glad to see you, buddy. Hey. Such a weird bird. I don't know. I just kind of really fell in love with just having a weird bird say hey to everybody. Kind of just because why not? Anyway, enough hey. So I hope you guys are having a great weekend. Drop in the I'm liking the comments here. Tell me what you guys did this weekend. Let me know if you had some fun. Let's get a conversation started here. And again, sorry if I made this too political. Again, I'm not trying to take sides or anything like that. Just talking about what I saw with my own two eyeballs here in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. So Friday, late Friday morning, I was contacted by a good buddy of mine, a professional filmmaker. He owns Buddy Effects in Tulsa. His name's Lyndon. Fantastic cinematographer. I can never say that word right. Cinematographer. And he was going out to film a Juneteenth celebration. We woke up Friday morning, and it was on the news that a huge Black Lives Matter was painted on the corner of Greenwood and Archer in downtown Tulsa. And of course, Greenwood is the district where the Black Wall Street, the massacre I talked about earlier took place, and that's where their Juneteenth celebration was this year. Reverend Al Sharpton, came into town and gave a speech and did a few other things. But man, I had to get like this, I think it was 35, 40 foot long Black Lives Matter painted on the street, and I had to get some aerial shots of that. So Lyndon hired me to go do some drone work for him in that area. So I got a media pass and whatnot, and got to be a part of capturing that event. And again, I was very impressed. Very, very peaceful, very well organized. People were coming out doing their thing, and everybody was safe. Everybody was A-OK, and I absolutely love that. It's been all over the news the last couple of weeks with Trump coming to town. Everybody thought there was just going to be these huge clashes in Tulsa, and really didn't happen here. So it was very cool for me to be invited to come out and film a cool piece of history like that. So thank you, Lyndon. Again, my dude that owns Buddy Effects in Tulsa. And just cool opportunity to get out and capture some of that. So I posted pictures of that, by the way, on my BiggestRayRay Facebook page. So if you guys follow me on Facebook, you can go and take a look at those. I should have posted them to Instagram. I didn't make Instagram photos are formatted weird. Excuse me, formatted weird. And I already had them exported, and I didn't want to resize them for Instagram, but it is what it is, right? So big deal for me to get to be part of that. And I'm seeing some other folks pop in here. And hello, Maria. Thank you for tuning in. Laura, thank you for being here also. I always appreciate seeing you guys in the comments. So let's see. What's everybody doing here? And I'm seeing, where'd it go? Oh, I know, Maria. I felt bad about Corey when Sparta died. That was so sad and out of nowhere, right? So, I mean, Corey, he posted a couple videos on Instagram and also the Mean Kitty channel. And bless his heart, I know that was a tough day for him and the family. So definitely, I was sad, obviously, because like who didn't get into the Mean Kitty and love Sparta, So there wouldn't be a Karma Kitty story for me without Sparta, because Karma didn't get along with Sparta, and that's part of how I got Karma. So it's like, anyway, very, very sad deal. Very, very sad overall. And Maria says, Corey was the one that gave you Karma. And yes, I adopted Karma Kitty from Corey Williams and his family. So that's very, very accurate. So very, very sad, RIP Sparta. You will definitely be missed. I mean, man, he reached just millions and millions of people globally, just putting smiles on people's face, Sparta. It's pretty cool that Corey was able to make videos with him and have a positive impact on so many people with his cat. And so I think that's fantastic that they were able to work together and do that. So, and Laura says, happy Father's Day. So thank you, Laura, for saying that. I certainly appreciate it. Had a good Father's Day. So Blaine says, beer and wasting bullets. So I'm going to assume you went out in the country and, had a makeshift range or went to an actual gun range, had a good time. I'll tell you what, it's been a hot minute since I've been to the range. I need to go and, what do they call it, range therapy. I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of being safe with firearms if you own them. Absolutely 100% will promote that. So got to be safe if you're going to, pop off a few rounds, if you will. So, Feliz Dia del Padre. Jose, what's up, buddy? Jose's a personal friend out in the Seattle, Washington area. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you being here. And happy Father's Day to you as well, my friend. So, and Lynn says, oh, that's true about IG photo sizing. Oh, it's such a bear. I have to look at it. If I don't take a picture directly on my phone, it'll scrunch it down and make it work for you. But I have, high res photos. They're massive files. Shooting raw and whatnot and export. I think most of my photos are like, 5,300 by 3,800, something like that. So they're pretty sizable for what they are. And it's a pain to resize. It's like, wow, whatever. So Raven says, man, I grew up with Sparta. I cried hard. Oh, I bet, honey. It was a sad day for lots of us. So even Albert saying, we'll always love Sparta. Absolutely. I think we all are. So Lord says, Sparta is how I met you. His legacy is ongoing. I know, right? A lot of you awesome folks came over, to my channel from Corey when he shared the story about how my family adopted her, which I am incredibly grateful for. Forever be grateful for that opportunity. So it's definitely changed my life in a lot of ways. You guys have no idea. So it's crazy what YouTube can do, is as long as you're willing to put in the time and the effort and take care of your subscriber. But I do my best to let y'all know I love you every video. I mean, you guys keep me motivated, keep me going. So it's one thing to have a passion to make videos and love to do it and love to share. But when you get a great group of people to get on board with you, man, just makes it that much better. So again, thank you guys so much for that. Let's see here. So I'm trying to catch up with the comments. I'm happy Oklahoma showed the world that differences of opinion and can still get along peacefully. Absolutely. That's something I want to go off on a tangent for just a second. So I have a lot of friends, right, on both sides of the aisle. If we're going to talk about right and left, red and blue, whatever. And I always promote just having an open dialogue. It's like, it's okay to not agree. Why can't we just be adults and have a civil conversation? Even if it gets escalated sometimes, people get passionate about what they believe. But why can't we have just a conversation? Like, I don't understand why so many folks have a hard time having a conversation with folks they don't necessarily agree with. For me, I talk about this a lot. There's no growth without some level of discomfort. Sometimes those conversations are incredibly uncomfortable. They're awkward. They invoke emotion. But if we can't figure out how to have a conversation amongst family and friends, how in the hell are we ever going to fix any serious problems? Like, seriously. If we as adults can't figure that out, we're doomed. We're screwed. Just my humble opinion. But I think Oklahoma overall did a fantastic job of not letting things explode where they were ripe for an explosion. I think the world was watching us, waiting for some crazy stuff to happen, and it didn't. Very happy to see that. And again, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, and people were protesting and yelling and blah, blah, everything else. You can say it's freedom of speech. Say whatever you want. It's just words, right? But nothing really crazy happened. There were a handful of people who got arrested. That was on the news. No big secret. But for the absolute most part, people went out. They said their piece. They said their words, and that was it. So kudos to Tulsa. Kudos to Oklahoma for setting an example of what can happen regardless of your views and how those different views come together in one place. So super proud of Tulsa and Oklahoma right now because of that. So Maria says, hope you rested today, Ray, on your special day, which is Father's Day. And oh, honey, I wish I had time to rest. I did not. So I spent most of my day, again, trying to work on wifey's car. And I'm not a mechanic. I'm absolutely not. But I bought her a new vehicle a few weeks ago. I bought her a used car, right? So I know it was going to have a few problems and just trying to go through things and get stuff squared away. And it's like, there's a reason I pay a mechanic like this. Like, oh, I can handle that. It's like, yeah, I can. It's taken me forever. So it would take an actual mechanic, maybe 2-3 hours, took me all day today and still not get done. So I've got to work on it tomorrow. I got to get up early in the morning and take wifey to work in my truck and then come home so I could do my day job stuff. And then on breaks, go out and get some more stuff that I need so I can finish putting back together what I took apart. So, but wifey took me out for pizza tonight, which is fantastic. Went to a local spot called Hideaway Pizza, very popular in Northeast Oklahoma. Absolutely love going there. And so that was nice. And I took my dad out to breakfast today, which was great. We went to one of our favorite local spots in Claremore, Oklahoma, a spot called Hugo's. So if you ever get to Claremore, Oklahoma, you want to eat some huge breakfast that like 3 people could eat off one plate, like seriously, like a side of bacon there. I got a side of bacon, right? It's $6, which sounds like a lot until you realize they give you a full pound of bacon. Side of bacon, $6, but you get a whole pound of cooked bacon. Isn't that crazy? That's a lot of bacon. Lots of bacon. Like all their omelets have 4 eggs in them, like just gargantuan omelets, and they're delicious. And biscuits and gravy, like some big old thick biscuits in the country gravy. It's like 18 million calories and half a serving. But hey, it's all good. So Annie says, happy Father's Day. Thank you, Annie, so much. I appreciate that. And Fabio Lopez, I send a hug to my friend, Data Quattro. So big hugs to Fabio and his friend. So everybody give Fabio a big internet group hug. Yay. So thanks for tuning in, Fabio. I appreciate you being here, man. So broke as FK. I like that. And so Sparta is the rescue kitty that didn't get along with Big Cat or the Big Cat. So Sparta, was Corey Williams' cat, right? If you look at the Mean Kitty channel, Sparta was Corey's cat. That was his dude. And my cat Karma was a stray that wandered up to Corey's house. And Corey did his best to integrate Karma into the house, but Karma does not like other cats at all. Like, as super chill as Sparta is, Karma would go after him. And Corey, put this on his channel. He filmed it. It didn't work out. Like at one point, Corey told me, said, dude, I can't give you Karma. We're going to keep her where she's starting to grow on us. But Karma just did not get along with Sparta at all. She'd get along with her dog Penny just fine, but her and Sparta just did not. They butted heads. I think it was all Karma that instigated that. So we got her, which is great. So we still love her to death. So wifey and Dawn are in bed right now. It's super late for them. And Karma Kitty, I've talked about this plenty of times, but Karma Kitty is like in bed, laying on top of wifey, on top of the blankets right now. That's how she goes to bed every night. So let's see here. So Winnie Boy says, hey, Ray. Hey, Winnie Boy. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Happy Father's Day to you and all the fathers here in the chat. So thanks for Winnie Boys for saying that. I appreciate you, my dude. Let's see here. Broke and I said, oh yeah, Karma was a little one. I had a brain fart and got confused with names. No worries, dude. It's all good. It happens all the time. So yeah, Karma Kitty was the small one, and it's like she's with my family now. We've had her a year and a half now. Where does the time go? And Winnie Boys was talking about, yes, Karma didn't get along with Sparta. I think it was Karma and not Sparta. I won't argue about it. No, you're all good, man. So let's see here. Albert says, did you ever get your drone fixed, Ray? Excuse me. And so I got my drone back. I got it back. It still works mostly. I've actually been really busy with drone work lately. Again, my buddy Lyndon from Buddy Effects has hired me for a lot of videos in the past month. So I think I've worked on a total of 5 projects with him in the last 4 weeks. So doing a lot of flight time lately, but I still need to send it off for repairs. I'll just bring it up while we're talking about it. So this is my drone. I don't know if you guys care about drones or not, but it's a big part of what I do. I wouldn't have YouTube without having drones. This is my primary flying vehicle. So it's a Mavic 2 Pro. And by the way, if you guys don't know, yes, I am licensed. I have an FAA Part 107, so I can fly legally and commercially. But this part right here, Albert, this little thing I'm grabbing a hold of, this is the camera right here. This little thing that spins on, that's a gimbal, and the gimbal is not well. I've got to squeeze it and try to get it to stay together for it to, do its mechanical thing and get set in place. If there's any wind at all, man, this thing will just sit there and bobble around when it should stay steady. So it's kind of a bugger right now, but I've got to send it to Los Angeles to get fixed. So got to get a new gimbal. So it just is what it is there. But otherwise, this thing fell 40 feet out of a tree, and that's the only thing wrong with it. So I'm very grateful for that. Even the props that were on it stayed intact. So I test flew it quite a bit before I actually use it for a job. But these are the props that were on it when it fell out of the tree after it crashed. And this is a big hole. That's where battery goes. But yeah, the only thing wrong was just the gimbal here. So camera still works great. I've got some fantastic footage with this guy. So that's Captain Nero, by the way. And I'll show this to you. I don't know if y'all care about drones or not. But see, I have the name of my drone, Captain Nero, and this is my FAA registration on here. So all drones above 0.55 pounds have to be registered with the FAA to be flown commercially. So again, I have the Part 107. I do fly legally, and I'm licensed to do that. And that's one of my drones. So all of my drones have the little mark on there. So anyway, sorry, I went off on a tangent there because Albert's question. So, and just to caveat off there, are you planning a trip anywhere soon? And although I just got home 2 weeks ago, I took my wife on vacation. We were gone for a week. We took a road trip to Las Vegas, Nevada, and came back to Tulsa. We were gone a total of 8 days. And so we went to Grand Canyon National Park. We stopped at Petrified National Forest. We tried to go to Hoover Dam, which is closed to the public because of COVID. And we did a whole bunch of other stuff. And I put my drone up quite a lot. I've lately really, really got into shooting hyperlapse videos. So man, I probably made 15 or so hyperlapse videos from, the Mojave Desert in California to some of the high desert in Nevada and Arizona, New Mexico, and, the panhandle of Oklahoma. So really just love to get the hyperlapse videos. And I posted some of those to my Facebook page also. I don't know if you guys saw those. But currently I'm not planning any additional travel. So my day job has our travel restricted through the rest of calendar year 2020. So not likely to go anywhere for the day job. I work from the same desk I'm sitting at now, looking at my MacBook for this. Like literally off the screen right here, I've got my day job stuff set up. So yeah, not really getting out of the house much for work. But it's all good. I don't mind. I'm happy with that. So let's see here. Raven says, yep, sometimes things happen, Kitty's butting heads, but hey, sometimes it turns out for the best because now she's happy with you guys. So I think it worked out great. Karma Kitty is absolutely, integrated into our family. She loves Wifey to death. Wifey loves her. And it's been cool the last few months. Karma has really warmed up to Dawn, right? She's always liked Dawn, but she cuddles with Dawn a lot now, and she interacts more with the kiddo. Like Karma will go seek out Dawn to sit on her lap and give her cuddles and stuff, where she wasn't like that so much when we first got her. So she's really warmed up to the kiddo, which I think is great. During the day a lot, she'll come and walk across my keyboard or this other keyboard. Actually, I have a third laptop sitting right here. And usually whichever one I'm working at, she'll feel the need to walk across and just be a bugger. When I did the self-quarantine live streams, there were a good number of times she just walked right across in front of me, and you guys got to see her for a minute. Little turd. Now that's what she does. So let's see here. Felipe, send a hug to my father, Seamless Turbo Mechanics. So I like this stuff. I like this. So big hugs to Felipe's father out there. Biggest Ray hugs, internet hugs. I just like hugs in general, even if they're virtual over the internet during a live stream. I like doing that. I love hugs. Joe Smo, what's going on, Ray? It's been a while, man. How are you doing? So I'm fantastic, Joe. Very blessed, very fortunate to be around, keep doing what I'm doing. Like I said, yesterday was my 3-year anniversary on YouTube. 1,000 days of making videos. I think like 260, 270 videos now in 3 years. When I first started, I had no idea it would develop and turn into what it has. I'm very thankful and grateful for that. So always busy, my dude. And Anime says Ung. So not sure what that means, Anna, but Ung. Let's own the Ung. Yes. I like that. So thanks for the comments, everybody, by the way. Hey, Terry Turkson, how you doing, buddy? I'm a big drone guy myself. So, Terry, I'm looking down the comments. Tell me, what do you fly, dude? What is your preferred drone? I would assume that you've got some DJI products, maybe some Unique or something like that. So those are like the two of the bigger manufacturers. DJI, of course, dominates globally. Let's see. Hey, April Richards, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. See this. My kitty Giles loves to sleep on me. He's 16 pounds, and he will be 16 on 4th of July. Woo! Wow. 16 pounds. That's a good-sized kitty, and he's 16 years old. So good long life for your kitty cat. Why is that funny? Registered my grandfather's wheelchair with the FAA. I'm sorry, that caught me off guard. That's fantastic. Oh, man. And Maria says, do all of your drones have special names? Yes. They do. So my two other main drones that I fly, I've got a Phantom 4. And so I got that drone 3.5 years ago. And I asked Dawn if she wanted to name it, and she jumped on it immediately, and she called it Minimus. which is a character from one of her favorite shows, Sophia the First. It's like this purple little unicorn horsey thing. And so my Phantom 4 is named Minimus. I've also got a oh my gosh, a DJI Spark, which is it's a small drone, great for flying indoors, vlogging, and it's light blue. And I let Dawn name that one, and she called it Rainbow Dash. Now that's one of her favorite characters from My Little Pony, which is also light blue. So we put a couple little Rainbow Dash stickers on it. And now that's how it's registered with the FAA, because you get to nickname your drones there. So I've got a Captain Nero, a Minimus, and a Rainbow Dash. So I've got one other drone. It's like one that you fly mostly indoors. It's a Rise Tello. And I have it yellowed out with black props, and I just call it my little bumblebee. Because it looks kind of like a bee, because all black and yellow. So a total of 4 drones in my fleet. One is mostly for flying in the house when I'm bored. Honestly, it's probably even been a year since I've flown it. But it's a cool little toy to have, if you will. So, and Raven says, oh, hey, I don't know if it's just me, but your audio's out of sync. Just letting you know. Oh, that's no fun. Unfortunately, I'm doing a live stream. I have no way to control that. That's all on the power of the internet. So it's like, I've got an external mic plugged in, but the video, and it's all reliant on the internet and how much it likes me. I've seen it happen before in some of the replays. I do apologize. So Raven, you may need to reboot. So is anybody else seeing that, or is it just Raven? I don't know. It's like I don't hear my own audio. I just hear myself talking. So Raven looks like she's going to reboot. So hopefully she's the only one experiencing the lag there, or latency with the voice and the audio here. So, and Winnie Boys, thanks. Dude, you are just the best at this. Don't forget to like this video. Yes, please give me those thumbs up on Facebook. Smash the like button here on YouTube. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and 2020 smash that red subscribe button. Click the notification bell so you get a pop-up every time I post a new video. I feel like I've said that before. Maybe I have. I don't know. Raven said, internet hugs for everybody. Yeah, I love that. I love spreading the love. I do. And hey, Alex, how you doing, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And honestly, I fly in my dreams. And nothing wrong with that. And hey, Keith, how you doing, buddy? Thanks for tuning in, man. Keith's a buddy of mine, personal friend from up in New York. So happy Father's Day to you. So thank you, sir. I appreciate that. A lot of fun being a dad. No doubt, very challenging. But it's a lot of fun. Especially with Dawn. She's a cool little bugger. So little turd. I call her a little turd all the time. She's like, Daddy, you're a turd. She's almost 7 years old. She still can't say turd right. She's like, Daddy, you're a turd. I'm like, Dawn, it's turd. And she's like, I know, Daddy, I said turd. It's so silly. But I egg her on with it. Oh, man, I'm going to throw my kid under the bus here. When she was about 2 years old, I love telling this story. I took her to breakfast one day. I love to take Dawn out to breakfast. And it was just me and her. I think it was a Saturday morning. We're in a very crowded restaurant in Tulsa getting some breakfast. And, they brought her silverware to the table. We got like the complimentary glass of water. And she immediately opens up her napkin, pulls out her fork and her butter knife. And if she handed me her butter knife, as we taught her at an early age, don't play with knives. If you see one, just hand it to mom or daddy. So she handed me her butter knife like a little champion. And she held up her fork and loudly exclaimed, Daddy, I have a fork. Daddy, I've got a fork. Daddy, fork, fork, fork. But what came out of her 2-year-old mouth was not the word fork. She dropped the F-bomb repeatedly, waving her fork proudly in the air. And everyone looked at me like I was the worst dad on the planet, letting my kid cuss like that at Saturday breakfast. Woo! Look, Daddy, fork. She didn't say fork. She was about 4.5 years old before she dropped fork properly for the first time. She said a choice word a lot, not realizing she was being dirty. Oh, bless her heart. I still pick on her for that. She didn't know any better. She was 2 years old. She was trying her best. But I still like to tell that story. For me, it's a lot of fun. I hope that translated well. I do my best to not drop F-bombs on this. I try to keep it family friendly here. I can only think of one time in 3 years where I dropped an F-bomb and I had to bleed it out, or bleep it out rather. So yeah. So, and I like to thank. So thank you, Laura, and thank you, Lynn, and Maria, talking about the audio being okay for you guys. So thank you so much for helping out. So Raven says, "Oh, it's better now. Guess YouTube was goofing. Silly YouTube." So sometimes a quick reboot is all it takes. I'm glad that worked out for you. Oh my goodness. So we talked about a lot. You know, again, it's Father's Day. Again, happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. I appreciate all of you dads doing it and killing it, taking care of your kiddos and your family. I talked about this. If you're a deadbeat dad, boo. No love for me for deadbeat dads. That stuff pisses me off. It does. I have no love for that. No problem saying it. I'll say it to somebody's face. I've done it before. Like, I don't care. I have zero love for deadbeat dads. None. So, I take care of my kid. If an everyday regular dude like me can do it, so can you. So, yeah. So, thank you, Bub. I appreciate you, man. Saying audio is fine. So, Winnie Boys, laughing so hard I'm crying. So, bless her heart. So, she tries hard. You know, it's something that she did struggle with her speech a little on. I'm struggling with my speech now. This is only my first beer. What's my excuse? But even her pediatrician was concerned about her speech when she was a little younger. She was concerned that she was a little bit behind the curve as far as, you know, her diction and her vocabulary and enunciation. And so I started in early, like, well, let's see what she can do. I started teaching her some, you know, $5 words. The first word I taught her was gargantuan, and how to say that properly. And she just loved the idea of saying big words. It made her feel cool. And so I've really seen her grow and progress and start to say things more correctly as I've tried to teach her a bunch of those. Which I love that one. Like, gargantuan's a fantastic word. Magnanimous is a great word. Disgusting, melancholy, mischievous. You know, nothing too crazy. You know what I mean? But for a 3 or 4 year old kid, saying gargantuan and melancholy is a big deal. So, and April, you know, I've got some stories like that. If the boyfriend, if I don't run him off the front porch when he just sees me doing whatever I'm going to do to scare his ass, because I will, I'll be that dad. Then I'll have some stories for him to tell. Like, I don't want to be the over the top, super intimidating dad, because I could do that. But I don't want to make Dawn mad at me either. I don't want to, you know, drive a wedge between us and our relationship because I'm trying to keep the boys away. But if I could be a solid filter to weed out some of the kids that she doesn't need to be around, I'll play that card as a dad. I don't even think I need a shotgun or anything to do that. I don't. But I might. I don't know. Dawn's only 6. I've got some time to figure it out between now and then. So, but no, those stories, having those stories in the back pocket, those are good. Those are golden. So Laura says, "Oh, I miss my dad. I lost him in February. I miss him dearly." So Laura, I'm so sorry for that. That's, I'm sorry for your loss. I just know that's no fun. I don't have words for that, honestly, sweetie. I'm sorry, but definitely, that's very sad. And I do apologize. I know it's no good. So let's see here. Nothing like anti-disestablishmentarianism. Yes, that is for another time. I think it was like the longest word in the English dictionary, something like that. It's not like a scientific weird term. And even it took me a second to really like, dang, what is it? It's like, oh, I know that word. Yeah, I love that. Anti-disestablishmentarianism. Makes me feel smart to say that. So let's see here. Keep the boys away. Who let the dogs out? Maybe I'll let the dogs out when the boy comes over. Just like throw some, I don't know. What can you throw on a kid to make the dogs go? Like throw peanut butter at him? Hell, I don't know. Maybe that could be considered assault. Maybe I shouldn't do that. But I like the idea of letting the dogs out, Alex. I do. So, and we need boys. No, that's accurate information, my dude. Yeah, my biological father did leave my mother when I was 2 months old. So it's, I mean, it is what it is. I grew up, I turned out all right. Certainly some struggles with that along the way. I've talked about that in some of the other videos. So my stepdad that adopted me, when he married my mother, he was actually my third day. He was my second stepdad, and so by the time I was 5, I had three dads in my life. It is what it is. I'm not bitching about it, just history. So yeah, third time was a charm. He adopted me. He's been my dad ever since. 25 years. Siri startled me. Siri, she thought I said, "Hey Siri," and I did not. So quiet, iPhone. I didn't expect to hear a voice just like from right there. So anyway, so yeah. Oh man, because my father is a highly critical father towards me, if my father dies, I do not think I will miss him. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, sweetie. I am definitely sorry to hear that. And Raven says, yes, that's an awesome word. Wonky is one of my faves, but anti-disestablishmentarianism is probably my all-time favorite. It is a great word. And it's really long, and it's really not that hard to spit out once you get it down. It's not like cinematography. I struggle with that word. Cinematography. Cinematography. It just doesn't roll off my tongue eloquently at all. Anyway. So, oh yeah, here's Lynn. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you want a big word for Mary Poppins. Yes, I'm old. Oh, come on now, Lynn. Come on now. You can't be that old, sweetie. So, no, that is a fantastic word, though. I mean, just look at that. It just looks like somebody dumped a bowl of alphabet soup on the floor and it's like, hey, I'm going to say that. Yeah. So, who's making steak? Weenie Boys. Hey, I'm sure we've talked about this before, but man, if you have Instagram or Facebook, take a picture of your steaks when they're done and tag me in that. I want to see what your steaks look like. I've been talking about grilling a steak to wifey the last 2 weeks, and I haven't done it. I need to bust out some Kansas City strip out of the deep freeze and just grill us up a steak. Love me some steak. Oh, mercy. I need a steak in my life. So let's see here. Rain, everybody. Happy Father's Day. And I got watch for the fork in the road. Oh, man. Dawn is awesome. She's a sweet kid, dude. I love her to death. I do. I feel she's a good. I don't just say she's a good kid because she's mine. I'm very honest. If I had a kid that wasn't the best, I'd be like, I love my kid, but she's a little asshole. I would say that, and she's not. It's absolutely not the case. She's a fantastic kid. Very blessed to have her for a child. So she's a kid. She definitely pushes the boundaries. He's like, you got to put the foot down sometimes, but for the most part, she's a sweet little kid, man. Very, very loving, very, very friendly, and caring, and I love that about her. So let's see here. Teacher old slang from other countries or even Klingon. Good for scaring people. Oh man, that's not a bad idea. I kind of like that. So Laura says yummy steak. Oh yeah, heck yeah, man. Steak, that's my probably one of my number one favorite foods. It's right up there with bacon and tacos and hot wings. I think all of those are my favorite food equally. Yeah, because why not, right? Yeah. That sounds good. But I tell you what, guys, I talked about it very early on. I've been working on wifey's car this weekend. I didn't get it done because I suck at trying to be an auto mechanic. One of my absolute weak suits in this life. And I've got no problem saying that. So God bless mechanics and all you guys that can go and fix the things like that. Mad kudos to you guys work hard for a living. You've certainly got a skill set, and thank you for having that. It's not one I was necessarily blessed with. I could get the job done sometimes, kind of. But, man, it takes me forever, and I usually screw something else up trying to fix the other thing. Yeah. So, but I'll answer this here real quick. And Alex says, hey, Ray, how do you like your tacos? I'm going to answer that by saying yes. I love tacos. If I'm to be honest, my favorite are street-style tacos. I want the double stack of the small corn tortillas. I'm a huge fan. Probably my top 3 things are some El Pastor, some lingua, or maybe some carne asada. Probably my 3 favorite meats with that. And you got to have the carrots and the radish, the fresh cilantro, the fresh onions on there. Get a nice, crema on there. Sometimes some creme fraiche crumbled on there, depending on what I'm getting. My absolute top 2 favorite places to get tacos in the U.S. There's a spot called Urban Taco in Dallas, Texas, and the Holy Taco in Atlanta, Georgia. Best tacos I've ever had. And so they're kind of higher end spots, if you will, I guess, for tacos. But man, I get down on the food trucks and like the little carts you see on the side of the road. So like East LA, some of the best tacos I ever had are spots where I was definitely eyeballed for being in that neighborhood. But the food was fantastic. So yeah, Urban Taco, kind of high end, taco joint in Dallas, Texas, and also the Holy Taco downtown Atlanta, Georgia. That's how I prefer my tacos. I make tacos at home quite a bit. I use the big white flour tortillas, slap them on the fire for a minute and kind of let them get that burnt edge. I love to just put everything, some sour cream. I shred my own cheese, cut up a bunch of fresh vegetables. I made tacos last Thursday night for dinner, grilled up some mahi and put in there. And man, it didn't suck, Alex. It was fantastic. So sorry, I just kind of went off on a tangent there. Alex asked a question about tacos. So yeah, there was the question right there. So hopefully that answered your question, Alex. Now, look like Laura made a taco salad the other night, and it was really good. And yeah, street style tacos are so good. I agree. Excuse me. So, but anyway, guys, yeah. So let's see here. We always talk about food on the chats every time. I know it just happens. It does. But at least I'm consistent, Weenie Boys. If nothing else, I'm consistent. So thanks for hanging out, despite knowing no matter how the conversation starts, it's somehow going to meander over to food. So I don't think anybody minds too much. But yeah. So anyway, guys, like I said, wifey's car is not working. I've got to get up early in the morning. I got to give it like 6. I'm never awake at 6 a.m., but she has to be at work by 7. So I got to get up early to help get her to work so I can try to fix her car so she can take it to work on Tuesday. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all being here. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Again, to all you dads out there, cheers to you for doing what you got to do. I appreciate you guys. Kudos to Oklahoma for maintaining through the Trump rally and celebrating Juneteenth and everything else this weekend. And despite what all the rumors were going to happen here, Tulsa, Oklahoma stood up to the challenge and kept it peaceful, and I appreciate that. So everybody have a great night. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys on another live stream. Thank you so much. Be safe, and remember to be biggest. Be what makes somebody else's day great. Thanks, y'all. Talk to you soon. Love you guys.